Design of a rectangular tank resting on ground, working stress method. Do the analysis and design of a water tank resting on ground of size of effective length 6 meters, effective width 5 meters in plan and 4.15 meters deep. Use M30 grade concrete and Fe415 steel. Weather condition is severe and take freeboard is equal to 150 mm. We shall deal with two methods of analysis. Analysis by using table published in IS 3370 part 4, and second is approximate method. In this video we will refer to analysis by using tables published in IS 3370 part 4. Okay. In IS 3370, the moment coefficients for wall rectangular water tank with a alternate, that is which is hinged at bottom, is given. Okay, but our wall is monolithic with the ground slab, so there will be some rigidity at the bottom. So we will use table 3 of IS 3370. Table 3, moment coefficient for individual wall panels, top free and bottom and vertical edge fixed. Okay, so top is free and vertical edges and bottom is fixed. Okay, so this coefficients are for individual panels. Okay, but the code says that you can use these coefficients for rectangular wall. Let me explain. This is our rectangular water tank, right? If this water tank is found to be a square water tank, that is length is 6 meter and width is 6 meter, then the coefficient for this wall will remain the coefficient for this wall also, because the length of these two wall is same. So the fixed end moment MAB over here and fixed end moment MSC over here will be same, and there will be no unbalanced moment. And in that case you can use the coefficient given in the code for individual panel for the square water tank without any modification. But in our case it is a rectangular water tank. Okay, the length is 6 meter, width is 5 meters. So the moment coefficient for this long wall and the short walls are going to be different. So MAB and MSC are going to be different. So there will be an unbalanced moment, and that unbalanced moment has to be distributed by moment distribution, and that is why you cannot directly use the coefficients given in the code, but you will have to modify the coefficients given in the code. So we will see that as we do the analysis. Okay, so A is the height of the wall, B is the width of the wall, W is the density of liquid, horizontal moment is equal to My. My is the moment of coefficient given in the table, W is the density of liquid, and A is the height, that is A cube. Vertical moment is Mx. Mx are the coefficients given in the table into W into A cube. Now this is the origin. Okay, that means the center of the wall is taken as, this is taken as the origin, right? So that is y is equal to 0 means this point, y is equal to b by 4 means the mid span of this, right? It will be somewhere here, y is equal to b by 4, right? And y is equal to b by 2 will be over here. Similarly b by 4 and y by 2. So this is the origin. Okay, and also when you are considering x, okay, the x is 0 over here, and as we go downwards x increases. Okay, so x by a ratio, x increases in this direction, right? Okay, now let us see that where does this point falls on the wall. Y is equal to 0, So y is equal to 0 is this point. Y is equal to b by 4. Y is equal to b by 4 is this point. Okay, I have taken width as a over here, so I am writing a over here. Okay, and code is taken as this as b. So this is y is equal to b by 4. Y is equal to b by 2 is this point. Y is equal to b by 2. Okay, now x by a is 0. So x by a is 0. X by a is 1 by 4. Okay, that is 0.25 h. Okay, h is the total height, right? Okay, and then x by e is 1 by 2, that is 0.5 h. X by a is 3 by 4, that is 0.75 h. And x by a is 1, so x by a is 1. Okay, this is said to be uh, liquid phase or liquid retaining phase, you can say. These two, right, are the liquid retaining phase. The other side is called as outer phase, or you can say remote phase. Okay, now let us start with our long wall, considering that it is an individual panel first. Okay, so length of long wall is 6 meters and the height is 4 meters. So the ratio b by a is 1.5. So we will take the ratio b by a equal to 1.5, and we will take the corresponding coordinates from this table. Okay, we are using table 3. Okay, so we can display this coefficients on the retaining wall as shown in drawing below. Okay, say for y is equal to 0. Okay, mx is equal to 0, my is equal to 0.021. So y is equal to 0 and x by a is equal to 0, so that is this point, right? So mx is 0 over here, my is 0.021, that is 0.021 over here. Okay, so this point over here, this point, you have a 1 my, one mx and 1 my. Okay, so red text shows the coefficient mx and black text shows the coefficient my. Now considering this point as this point, okay, so this coefficient will give a vertical moment, that is mx into w into a cube, that is a vertical moment, and that vertical moment will be this. Okay, this point is say this point. Okay, now this is my, so my into w into a cube will give the horizontal moment, so that will give us this moment, right? Okay, so this is how we get the horizontal moment and the vertical moment at this point. Okay, now coming to the next point, say when x by a is 1 by 4, then x by a is 1 by 4. Okay, that's this point. When y is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, this is 0.008 and this is 0.02, 0.008 and 0.02. Okay, this coefficient into wa cube will give the vertical moment at this point, and this coefficient into wa cube will give the horizontal moment at this point. Okay, so this is how for this vertical moment we have to provide the vertical steel, and for this horizontal moment we have to provide the horizontal steel, right? So this is how at every intersection you get the moment, that is one vertical moment and one horizontal moment, as shown in figure like this, right? Now, okay, now as we know the coefficients, now let us find the bending moments, okay, in the long panel. Okay, so taking x by a varying from 0, 1 by 4, 1 by 2, 3 by 4, 1. Okay, first taking y is equal to 0, and that is for vertical moment. So coefficients mx in red are for vertical moments. Okay, so this is 0, so moment is 0. Now this is 0.008, put the value over here into w into a cube, you get the moment. This is 0.016, put the value over here into w into a cube, you get moment 10.24, and so on. So this is how you got the vertical moment about y is equal to 0. Now you take this moment, that is my, put the value of my over here into W into A cube to get the moment. Put this value over here and WA cube, and you get 12.8 as a horizontal moment at 1 by 4. Okay, that is 0.25 h, right, and so on. So this is how these two coefficients gives us the vertical and horizontal moment at y is equal to 0. These two moment coefficients gives the vertical and horizontal moment at y is equal to b by 4. Y is equal to b by 4. This vertical moment, these are the horizontal moment, right? And these two coefficients, okay, for gives us the vertical and horizontal moment at y is equal to b by 2. Okay, that is y is equal to b by 2. Okay, these are the vertical moments and these are the horizontal moments. So this is how we get the moments for the long wall, right? Now an important note is made over here that the negative sign indicates the tension is on the water retaining phase. So you can see that there some of the moments are plus positive and some of the moments are negative. Okay, so first let me explain for the vertical moments. Okay, so when we are seeing vertical moments, then let me explain you over here. Okay, so this is a deflection diagram for the vertical moment, right? So when the vertical moments are negative, then the tension will be on the water side. Okay, water phase, this side, right? So the main steel will have to be provided over here, and when the moments are positive, then they are said to be sagging moments, and the tension will be on the outer phase or the remote phase. Okay, so the main steel provided should be on this side. So this is how the deflection an idea, this diagram gives an idea that on which side the negative moment will give tension, and on which side the positive moment will give tension. Okay, so similarly for horizontal moment, okay, when the moment is negative, okay, then this side will be under tension, and when the moment is positive, then this side will be under tension. Okay, these are horizontal moments. Okay, okay, fine. So now coming to the next wall, that is short wall. The ratio is 5 by 4, width is 5 meter, height is 4 meters, so that is equal to 1.25 meters. So for b by a equal to 1.25, these are the corresponding coefficients. Okay, from this coefficient we get this table. Okay, these are the moments at every intersection, right? So every intersection has an a vertical and horizontal moment as shown over here. Okay, so for y is equal to 0, this will give the vertical moments, this will give the horizontal moments, vertical moments, horizontal moments. At y equal to b by 4, this will give this red text moment of coefficient will give the vertical moments. Okay, and this black text moment of coefficient will give the horizontal moment, right? Similarly over here, y is equal to b by 2, this will give us the vertical and the horizontal moments, right? So this is how we obtain the moments for the individual long panel and the individual short panel. Okay, now as our tank is rectangular, okay, so MAB will not be equal to MAC. So let us take point A, okay, and that is joint A. Okay, so for long wall, okay, this is y by 2, because y is equal to 0 is at the center, y is equal to b by 4 is at the midspan, and the end over here is y is equal to b by 2. Okay, so let us see for x by a equal to 0, this is b by 2. Okay, this point is b by 2. So let us see the moments MAB and MAB and MAC. Okay, at point x by a is equal to 0 and y is equal to b by 2. Okay, x is by a is 0 and y is equal to b by 2. Okay, so that is 25.6. Moment is 25.6, that is MAB, right? Similarly, for this, there is MAC over here. Okay, so taking the short panel, let us find horizontal moment at y equal to b by 2 for x by a equal to 0, x by a equal to 0, y by b, y is equal to b by 2, that is 18.56. Okay, so this is 18.56, this is 25.6, this is 18.56. So these two moments are not equal and opposite. Okay, so there is a difference of round about 7 kilonewton meter, which is known as unbalanced moment, which we have to distribute by moment distribution. Okay, so that is why we will have to modify our moments. If this was a square wall, then MAB and MAC would be same. Okay, and same in opposite in sign, right? So in that case, you don't have to modify the moments which we obtain in the above table. But as this is a rectangular tank, okay, when we are getting MAB and MAC different, so we will have to distribute the unbalanced moment. Okay, so let us try to understand that how do we distribute this unbalanced moment. So taking this point, that is x by equal to 0 and y is equal to b by 2, just the moments we just saw now. Okay, joint A, this is member AB, this is member AC, member AB, member AC. Okay, the distribution factor is found like this. Okay, so this is the distribution factor. Okay, now fixed end moment, we just saw from the table, where it is 25.6, over here it is 18.56. Okay, so balance moment is found to be 3.203, 3.836. This plus this is equal to the final moment 22.367. This plus this is equal to final moment 22.397. Okay, sorry, 22.397, 22.397. So this is how we get the equal moments with opposite sign. Okay, so these are our final moment. So this is our MAB and this is our MAC. So this is how we got our final moments over here, MAB and MAC. Okay, similarly you have to also find MAB and MAC for XA is equal to 1 by 4, right? So let us see, for XA is equal to 1 by 4, it is minus 28.16, and over here XA by is equal to 1 by 4, for short panel it is 21.76. Okay, so there is, say again, a difference of round about 7 kilonewton meter. Again you will have to distribute the moment like this, and the final moment you will get is 25.248, 25.248. Okay, so over here you got MAB as 25.248 and this MAC as 25.248. Similarly at this point you get final moment as 25.424, 25.424. Similarly over here at this point you get final moment as 16.056, 16.056, and over here it is 0, 0. Okay, so this is how we find the final moments at a different location for x by a. Okay, and that is for joint A, right? Now as our water tank, rectangular water tank, is symmetrical about the major and minor axis, so whatever final moments we get for A will remain the same for joint B, D and C. Okay, so you just have to find at one end, right? That is and that has to be the same for all the other joints. Okay, so this is what we get. Okay, these are final moments at joint C, D and B, which I explained. So now we will have to change our final moment table. Okay, that is for long span. Whatever moment which we got over here, okay, now they have to be replaced by this. Okay, So that has been replaced by this over here. For long short wall, whatever moment we got over here using the coefficients from the table now have to be replaced by this, and which we have replaced over here, right? Okay. Now the calculation of actual force in long and short wall. Okay, so due to this water pressure, there will be a direct tension pull in long and short wall. Okay, so this is T2, this is T2, this is T1. Okay, T2 is the force, tensile force pull in longer wall. Okay, and T1 is the pull in the shorter wall. Okay, so T1 is found by this formula, L by 2 into density of liquid into H1. Okay, what is H1? H1 is this side. Okay, now we know that some over here up to 1 meter, this portion acts as a cantilever, right? And above that, the remaining area acts as a continuous frame. Okay, so we have to find that height, that is for continuous frame. Okay, the code says that small h, this is small h, okay, has to be larger of h by 4 or 1 meter. Our h is 4, so a 4 by 4 is 1 meter and 1 meter, so both are 1 meter, so this is 1 meter, right? So our small h is 1 meter, so h1 is equal to total height minus 1 meter, that is 4 minus 1 meter, that is equal to 3 meters. So h1 is 3 meter, right? So you put h1 equal to 3 meter over here and h1 equal to 3 meter over here. This is how we find T1 is equal to 90 kilonewton and T2 is equal to 75 kilonewton. T1 is the pull in shorter wall and T2 is the pull in the longer wall, right? So this is how we do the analysis of the rectangular frame, rectangular water tank using the code coefficients. Okay, now we will come to the design section. Basic criteria to be followed by design. For small capacity water tank up to 50 meter cube at location where there is difficulty in providing M30 grade concrete, we can provide M25 grade concrete as per IS 3370 part 1. We will use M30 grade concrete, okay, because our volume of the water tank is 120 meter cube, right? That is 6 meter length into 5 meter width into 4 meter height, that is equal to 120 meter cube, which is greater than 50 meter cube. So we will have to use minimum grade of concrete, that is M30. Okay, and the weather condition is considered to be severe when it is a case of water tank. Okay, so FCK is 30 Newton per mm square, F5 is 415 Newton per mm square. Nominal cover assumed is 45 mm. This has to be selected from table 4. Okay, IS 456 2000. Now minimum reinforcement in walls. Okay, so as per the code 3370, when the thickness of the wall is less than equal to 500 mm, then the wall is divided into two zones, surface zone 1, surface zone 2. Okay, and this steel should be at least minimum d by 2 into 1 meter into 0.24 percentage. Okay, the code says for walls of length less than 15 meters, minimum reinforcement to be provided in both perpendicular direction should not be less than 0.24 of the surface zone section. This is two perpendicular direction, means this direction, this is horizontal and vertical. This is horizontal and this and the vertical, right? Okay, so our length of the wall is 6 meter, which is less than 15 meters. So we will use minimum percentage of steel as 0.24. So the minimum percentage of steel over here will be d by 2 into 1 meter, that is the section, into 0.24% will be the minimum steel you have to at least provide. Okay, and in this zone it will be again d by 2 into 1 meter into 0.24, right? Now when the wall thickness is greater than 500, Then you have to take 250 mm, 250 mm, and this portion is neglected, is not considered in finding the minimum steel. 250 into 1 meter is the cross section into 0.24 will be the minimum steel provided over here, both in horizontal and vertical direction. Similarly over here, 250 into 1 meter into 0.24 with the minimum percentage of minimum area of steel that is to be provided, okay, both horizontal and vertical. Now minimum reinforcement for ground slabs, okay, for slab up to 200 mm, okay, in top 100 mm provide 0.3%, say up to, this is the figure for case A and B, okay. When our slab is 200 mm thick, then in above top 100, that is d by 2, okay. D is 200 divided by 2 is 100, right? So this is d by 2. D by 2 into 1 meter into 0.3 is the minimum reinforcement you have to provide for both vertical and horizontal steel, right? And no reinforcement is required at the bottom, okay. Similarly, when your slab is 300 mm thick, okay, then this will be d by 2, that is 150 mm. 150 into 1 meter into 0.3 percentage, right? Again, no reinforcement required here, right? When your slab is greater than 400 mm, that is d is greater than 300, sorry, up to 400 mm. When d is greater than 300 and up to 400 mm, then the steel to be provided over here is 200 into 1 meter into 0.3, and steel to be provided over here is 50 into, this is bottom steel, this is top steel, right? 50 into 1 meter into 0.3, okay. When the slab is sorry, what I said was horizontal and vertical, but this is our ground slab, okay. So this is a steel in x direction and other steel in y direction, okay. So in both direction you have to provide minimum 0.3% steel, okay. Please correct me, not over here there will be no vertical steel because this is ground slab. So this is say x direction, then the another steel will be in y direction, right, perpendicular to that, but both the steel will be horizontal steel, okay. Okay, so for slabs above 400 mm, okay, the steel at top in both the direction will be minimum 250 into 1 meter into 0.3, and the steel at bottom in both the direction will be 100 into 1 meter into 0.3%, right? Okay, so permissible stresses in concrete for strength design, M25 M30. Bending stress, that is permissible bending stress in concrete is sigma CBC, that is 8.5 and 10. Direct compression, the sigma C Newton per mm square is 6 and 8. Modular ratio M 280 by 3 sigma C BC is 10.98 and 9.33. Okay. Permissible shear stress in steel for strength calculation, direct tension bending shear force for HY bar is equal to 130 Newton per mm square. Okay. Okay. Over here also, uh, this percentage of steel, okay, whether it is 0.24 when the length of the wall is less than 15 meters and 0.35 when the length is greater than 15 meters, this is valid for HYSD bar, okay. Whatever I am taking in this example, everywhere where sorry, I mean at all places when I mention a sigma st, then that is for HYSD bar, okay. So permissible stress, okay, this is for HYSD bar, okay. I have not taken mild steel anywhere, okay. So this is equal to 130 Newton per mm square, okay. Now permissible stresses in concrete for serviceability design for concrete grade M25 and M30. This is tension due to bending, okay. Sigma CBT, okay. This is 1.8, this is 2. This is tension in concrete due to direct tension, right? that is 1.3 and 1.5. Permissible shear stress in concrete, please refer table 23 of IS 456 2000, page 84. So let us do the stepwise design of the water tank. Okay, first step, assuming the effective depth required for minimum percentage of steel 0.24 using table 71 of SP 16. Okay, we are using table 71 because our grade of concrete is M30, and for M30 sigma CBC is 10. Okay, sigma CBC, right? This is working stress method. Okay, so we are taking minimum steel in walls as 0.24. So for 0.24 percentage, and our sigma ST equal to 130, that is for HOSD bar. Okay, the corresponding ratio M by BD square is 0.292. Okay, so we will take the maximum moment. We are going to keep the thickness of short wall and long wall to be the same. Okay, so we will provide the depth for the maximum moment, whether it is vertical or horizontal, maybe it is in long or short wall. Okay, we have to take the maximum. Okay, so let me show the table. Okay, so these are the moments for long wall, and maximum is 38.4. These are the moments for short wall, and maximum is 30.08, but out of these two, maximum is 38.4. So we will find the thickness due to the maximum moment, right? So the maximum moment from the above tables for long and short wall is equal to 38.4. The corresponding ratio of M by BD square is equal to 0.292 for PT equal to 0.24. So D is equal to M divided by B into ratio, right? So this is equal to 362.6, where sigma ST is 130 Newton per mm square. So let us take the overall depth D equal to effective depth. This is our effective depth. Okay, plus clear cover plus diameter of the bar divided by 2. Clear cover we are as nominal cover we are assumed as 45, and we are assuming that we are going to use 16 mm dia bar. So 16 divided by 2, this is equal to 415.63 mm. This is the D required. Okay, this is the minimum D required. Okay, so we will provide capital D equal to 450 mm. So effective depth D is equal to 397, which is greater than required. So okay, right? Now let us start the design. Maximum horizontal moment at support, that is hogging. Okay, in the long wall. Okay, so let us see the table. So this is long wall, hogging moment. Okay, horizontal moment. Though all the this black textured moments are horizontal moment. Okay, so out of this, hogging, when hogging moment means it carries a negative sign, that is tension is over the water retaining phase. Okay, and positive sign means that the moments are sagging and the tension is over the remote face, or you can say the outside face, right? So we will see, as we are looking for the hogging moment, so we will just see the moments with the negative sign. Okay, so over here and over here, out of this the maximum negative moment is 25.424. so we will take that moment for design. Okay, so that is shown over here, 25.424. Okay, so once we know this moment, this is the formula for finding the steel. Okay, it's simple. T into lever arm is equal to moment. Okay, and T is equal to sigma st into ast, sigma st into ast. So ast will be equal to M divided by sigma st into jd. Okay, this lever arm is jd, right? So J is equal to 0.861 for M25, M30. D is equal to 397. So AST we get 573. Okay. Now this is hogging moment, right? So hogging moment, we know that the tension is going to be on the liquid phase. So the steel has to be provided on the liquid phase, right? Okay. So, we are now seeing for the long panel. Okay. That is long wall of the water tank. Now the pull in the long wall, okay, pull in the long wall is 75 kilonewton. So for this, the steel is given as T by sigma st. This is T divided by sigma st will give us the total steel. Okay, now I have again divided by 2, because whatever total steel we get has to be divided by 2, because we are going to provide the steel required for this will be equally placed on both the faces, right? Half on this face, half on this face. Similarly, half on this face, half on this face. Okay, so this is whatever steel we are getting. So half, so T divided by sigma st divided by 2, we are getting 288.5. So provide 288.5 over here and provide 288.5 over here, right? Similarly, provide 288.5 over here and 288.5 over here. Okay. Okay, but the steel that we are going to provide on this face, okay, that this 288.5 is less than AST minimum. How to get AST minimum? Overall depth, our overall depth is 450, which is less than 500. Okay, so we just saw when our wall is less than our wall thickness is less than 500, so our minimum steel required is d by 2 into 1 meter into 0.24, right? So that is what we have taken away, 0.24 into 1 meter into d by 2. Okay, so that is equal to 540 mm. So the steel, minimum steel over here to be provided required is 288, but should not be less than 540 mm. So we have to at least provide for 540 mm over here, right? Okay, now this steel, okay, this steel will be addition of AST1, that is due to moment, plus AST2, that is due to the tensor pull, right? Direct tension pull, right? So this plus this is equal to 862 mm square, right? So this is 862 mm square horizontal steel area. Okay, as this is greater than 540, so this is okay. Okay, and this has to be provided over here, but which is less than 540, so we have to at least provide 540 over here, right? So now we will find the spacing of this steel. Okay, the formula for finding spacing is 1000 into area of bar divided by AC. We are going to use 12 mm dia bar. This horizontal bar we are going to use 12 mm dia bar, right? So the total spacing is found to be 131. Okay, we will provide 12 mm about 125 mm. Okay, so this is a horizontal steel on the liquid phase for the long wall. Okay, and that is 12 mm dia about 125 mm center to center. Okay, so this is how we design, or we found the horizontal steel required for the sagging, hogging moment. Okay, and this steel which we have to provide over here, we will see in the next step, right? Okay, now maximum horizontal moment near the midspan, that is sagging moment. Okay, in long wall, again we know that sagging moment will cause tension on the outer surface, so the steel, horizontal steel to be provided will be on the outer face, right? So find the maximum sagging moment from the above table. Okay, so if you see this table, okay, these positive moments are sagging moment, right? These positive moments are sagging moment. These are all hogging, right? So out of this, maximum is 13.44. Okay, so I have taken 13.44 over here. Okay, 13.44 I have taken by. Plus I have made an addition. I have added an additional moment. Okay, the reason which I have added this additional moment is, let me explain you, that the coefficients given for the individual wall is considering that the edges are fixed, so the we are getting over here fixed end moments, right? But we know that we had some unbalanced moment which we distributed, and finally this fixed end moment was reduced. Okay, so this was reduced to some x value, and the moment with which the amount of the magnitude with which this moment was reduced, that amount of moment has to be added over here, right? Simple. Okay, so whatever moment was reduced over here, okay, that reduced moment we are adding to the sagging moment. So the moment which was reduced was round about 3.5 meters, 3.5 kilonewton meter, and that moment I am adding over here. Okay, let me show you in the table, that will make you more clear. Okay. Okay, over here the original moment was 25.6. Okay, and over here it was 18.56, but this was reduced to 22.397. So the moment reduced was 3.2. Okay, from this, so that is why I have taken a round figure, 3.5. Okay, kilonewton meter, a little bit higher. Okay, rounding off, just rounding off to 3.5. So that moment has to be added, because it is but sure, it is but natural that when your fixed moment is reducing, definitely the sagging moment will increase. Okay, so now I am taking my total sagging moment as 16.94. For this moment, using this formula, I get this amount of steel, for that is for bending. Direct tension, I get this steel on each face. Okay, so this steel will be AST1 plus AS2, AST1 plus AST2, that is equal to 669.72, and this is less than minimum required is 540. So at this phase, this has to be provided, right? And this has to be provided at this phase also, right? But this is less than minimum, so we will provide this on this phase and on this phase. Okay. Okay, so this is the total moment that is to be, for which the horizontal steel has to be provided on the outer face. Okay, so 669.72, finding the spacing using 12 diabar. The spacing is found to be 168.75. So we will provide 12 about 150 Okay, so we are providing 12 about 150 Now steel over here we found in this, from this section, this minimum steel to be provided on this face and on this face is 540 but we have already provided 862. Okay, so we have provided this steel is required at the supports. Okay, but at center also we are providing 862. Okay, this steel is required at the center. Okay, but we already provide 862, which is greater than 540. Okay, right. Now similarly, this steel has to be provided over over here and over here, right, at the supports, minimum steel over here and over here. But we can see that we have already provided 669 square for the whole length. Okay, so instead of 540 required over here, we already provide 669. Okay, required is 540 over here and over here, but we have already provided 669 over here and over here. Okay, because sagging moment is at the center. Okay, so for that we are providing 12 dia about 150 but we are providing the same steel at the support also, right? So which was required in our last step was 540, but we are providing 669, that is safe. Okay, so that is how we do the detailing of the horizontal steel above the outer face and about the liquid phase. Right, now comes the vertical moment. Okay, so vertical moments are hogging moment, so they are negative, so they will produce tension on the water side face. So this will be the main steel and this will be the distribution steel. Okay, this is water side, this is remote side, right? So this is the moment. hogging moment, okay, for longest maximum hogging moment for you can say it is vertical hogging because it is creating tension on the water side, okay, it carries a negative sign, so it's a hogging moment. So from the table we get maximum hogging moment is 38.4. So for that moment EST1 is found to be 891. Direct tension, okay, there is no direct tension in this vertical axis, okay, because there will be compression, because the weight of slab will fall on this, which will give an reaction, and this vertical wall will be under compression in this vertical direction, right? Also the self weight of the wall will give a compression force, okay. So there is no direct tension when we are considering the vertical steel, okay. So this is 0, right? So EST found is 891, which should be greater than a minimum. So minimum is 540. So okay, we have 891 is greater than 540. So it is okay, right? So 891.1, the spacing found is 126.8 when we are using 12 dia bar. So we will provide 12 dia about 125 center to center spacing on liquid phase. So this is our main steel for the cantilever action, okay. And on the other face you will provide the minimum steel, that is 540 required. So that is 10 about 125 center to center, okay. So this is how we did the we found the horizontal and vertical steel for the long wall, okay. Now same steps has to be repeated for the short wall, okay. Maximum horizontal moment about support hogging in short wall, that is 25.424. Steel required is 573, okay. This is hogging moment, okay, and this is horizontal moment. So for hogging moment the tension will be on the liquid phase, so the steel has to be provided on the liquid phase, right? Okay. So direct tension in short wall is 90. The steel required on each face is 360, 346. So the total steel required on the liquid phase will be AST1 plus AS2, that is equal to 919. Okay. So which is greater, this 919 is greater than minimum 540, so it's okay. So let us find the spacing. 1000 into area of bar divided by ST, that is equal to 122.9. So we will provide 12 dia bar about 120 okay. So this horizontal steel will provide a 12 dia about 120 center to center, right? This steel is to be provided on this face, okay, but we will see this later on in the next step, okay. Now maximum horizontal moment near the midspan sagging, okay. Sagging means tension is on the outer face, so the steel has to be provided on the outer face, okay. So the maximum moment is 9.6. Corresponding AST1 is 216. AST2 due to direct tension on each face is 346, okay. So this steel will be AST1 plus AST2, that is 562, which is greater than 540, so okay, okay. So 562 for this steel the spacing is found to be 201, okay. Now, in case of water tank, to control the crack width, it is desirable to keep the spacing least. Okay, so we don't want to increase our spacing more than 150 So what we will do, we will take one 12 dia and second 10 dia bar. Okay, we'll provide these bars alternately and maintain the spacing 150 So let me explain you. See, if this is 12 dia bar and this is 10 dia bar, then again 12 bar, then again 10 bar, 10 bar, okay, and the spacing between each bar should be 150 So 12 dia and 10 dia alternate about 150 center to center. Okay. Now This is the steel required at the liquid phase at the center, okay, but we have provided this is this is the steel required at the supports, okay, but at center also we have provided the same steel, okay. So this is provided and this is required, okay, at the center. So we have provided more than required, so it's safe, okay. So let's move to next step, that is maximum vertical moment in short wall, that is hogging. So you will get the main steel on this side and the distribution steel on this side, okay, and maximum hogging moment is 30.08. The steel found is 698, okay. Of course, no, again no tensile force will be over here, direct tension will not be over here because this is already in compression, because load from the cover slab will come, okay, and even the dead weight of this wall will cause compression, okay. This is 698, so 698 is greater than 540 minimum, so provide 698. And on the outer face, okay, you have to provide 540, that is minimum. So 698, we get when 698 is the steel area, we get spacing is equal to 1000 into area of bar divided by st, that is equal to 161.9. So we will provide 12 bar about 150 okay, 12 about 150 and this is the minimum steel that will provide 10 about 125 So one important point I want to make over here, that I am providing 540 that is minimum steel over here, because if I see the table, okay, if I see the table for the moments of the shorter span, okay, these are vertical moments. So this positive moments will create tension on the outer face, right? This positive moment will create the tension on the outer face, okay. So the maximum out of this is 8.96, okay. So you have to calculate the steel required for this moment, vertical steel required for this moment. If this steel required is found to be greater than this minimum, okay, if the steel required for that moment is found to be greater than 540, then you will have to provide that steel, okay. But in our case, the moment the steel required for the maximum positive moment, which creates tension on the outer face, is found to be less than 540 so I am providing 540 over here, okay. So this is very important point. You have to check this for both short wall and long wall, okay. So you have to provide this steel as according to the maximum that is required for the moment that we get from the analysis, but it should not be less than the AST minimum, okay. In our case, the steel required for the moment 8.69 is found to be less than 540, so I am providing maximum of the required and the AST minimum, okay. So that is why I am providing AST minimum over here. But if the moment was found to be great, if the steel for that moment was found to be greater than 540, then I would have to provide the that steel, okay, for the greater moment, right? I hope I made my point clear. Okay, now then it is a very important point is coming, okay, that is check for interaction formula. That is considering the uncracked section. We are considering the section to be uncracked. So this is the formula. Sigma CT. Sigma CT is the tension in concrete due to the direct tension, okay, and sigma CBT is the tension in concrete due to bending, okay. So these are the actual which we have to find, and these are allowable, okay. This is the allowable direct tension in concrete, and this is the allowable tension in concrete due to bending. These two values are given on page 10 in the table. Page 10, page 10. Okay, so this is sigma CBT. It is 2 for M30. Sigma CT is 1.5 for M30. Okay, so we are going to take those values in this formula, 1.5 and 2. Okay, now we will find sigma CT actual. Simple, maximum tensile force, tension force is 90 divided by cross sectional area T into 1000, that is 0.2, and sigma CBT is maximum horizontal moment, okay, divided by section modulus. So this is equal to 0.753. So putting these two over here, we get the ratio as 0.509, which is less than 1. So okay, and as this is found to be okay, so there is no need to do the check for crack width. Okay, now design of base ground slab resting on 100 mm thick PCC hardcore, okay, PCC, right? Provide minimum 200 thickness of base slab. Now we saw over here that when the ground slab minimum reinforcement for ground slab, and this, when the slab is up to 200 mm, we have to take this criteria, right? So the minimum steel to be provided at top is D by 2, that is our D is 100, so 200, D is 200, so 200 divided by 2 is 100 into 1 meter into 0.3%. okay, so that is what I have taken over here. Okay, our D is 200, so 200 divided by 2 is 100 into 1000 into 0.3, so I get minimum AST as 300 mm square. Okay, so this steel has to be provided in both the direction. Okay, so provide 8 mm dia about 160 mm center to center in both the direction. Let me show you in the detailing. So see, this is the steel provided at top. Provide 8 mm about 165 mm at in both the direction, in this direction and in y direction. Okay, no reinforcement is provided at the bottom. This is I, you can see I over here, 8 mm about 165 mm center to center. This is J, you can see J over here, 8 mm about 165 mm center to center. Okay, so now coming to the design of cover slab. This is cover slab. Okay, this is cover slab now. Design of cover slab. We are assuming the depth of roof slab is 275. So our aspect ratio Ly by Lx is 6 by 5, that is equal to 1.2. It is a simply supported two-way slab. Self weight of slab is 6.875. Floor finish is 1 kilonewton per meter square. Live load is 1.5. Total load is 9.375 kilonewton per meter square. Now from table 27 IS 456-2000 page 91, we can get the moment coefficients. Alpha x positive is 0.084, alpha y positive is 0.059. From this you can find the moment mx, my. Mx is 19.6875, my is 13.828. okay, so taking the maximum moment for checking the depth of the slab. Okay, so we have to check whether the depth we have provided is sufficient or not. So again, using this table 71, now in case of ground slab, we are taking minimum percentage steel PT 0.3. So we will take m by bd square equal to 0.363. okay, for PT 0.3. So from that we get D is equal to 232, and we have provided 235 effective depth. So as we have provided larger than required, so it's okay. You can find EST1 using this formula, that is 7 49, and you can find spacing, that is 1000 into area of bar by AST. Area of bar is 113 for 12 diameter, so this is equal to 150 center to center. We will provide 150 center to center steel in both the direction, right? And let me show you in the detail. So this is the steel for the cover slab, right? Over here it is 112 about 150 center to center. So this is L, okay, you can see 12 about 150 center to center. This is K is 12 about 150 center to center. Now then 50% of the steel will be taken to the top of the support, okay, will give bent up. So the spacing over here will become 12 about 300 center to center, 12 about 300 to center. Now we have to do the check for shear over here, okay. So the tensile steel provided is to be found, okay, and the spacing over here of the steel becomes 300 right? Over here it is 150 center to center. Over here it becomes 300 center to center. So we will have to find the steel provided over here, okay. So simple, we can find the steel provided. Steel provided at support is 1000 into area of the bar divided by spacing 300, that is 376.66. So for check for shear, first we have to find V, okay. Simple, take 1 meter strip, this is Lx, that is 5 meter. So the area of this is 1 meter into 5 by 2 into W is the load in kilonewton meter per meter square, that will give you the shear force which this section has to carry, okay. So that shear force is found to be 23.4375. So nominal shear stress is V divided by VD. So V divided by VD, that is equal to 0.099. Now we know AST at support. We can find PT. PT is 0.16. Okay. So for PT equal to 0.16 and M equal to 30, using table 23 IS 456 2000 for working stress method, we get tau C is 0.246, which is greater than tau V. So it is safe in shear, right? So it's okay, fine. So this is the summary for reinforcement of wall, slab, and base slab and cover slab, which we found from the calculations, okay. Now the next step is we have to find we have to design this strip footing, okay. So we have to find this load P coming over here. So the first load which is coming from the slab is this trapezoidal loading, okay, that is found, equivalent loading is found, equivalent UDLWE is found by this formula for trapezoidal load on slab. So using that formula I found it to be 18 kilonewton per meter. This is 18 kilonewton per meter, right? Now the self weight of this wall is equal to 46.6875. So this P is this plus this, that is 64.6875. We know P divided by SPC will give us the width, okay. P divided by SPC will give us the width. So this required width of this strip footing is 431.25, but the width thickness of our wall is 450 okay. So what we will do, we'll just give 75 75 projection on both the side and make our strip foundation width equal to 600 and depth 300. This has been checked and found to be okay in shear, okay. So we will provide 0.3% steel at the bottom, main steel, for this section, okay. So that is how we get we found the AST required, main steel required for the strip footing is 750 square. So we will provide 12 dia about 150 center to center and distribution steel about 165 okay. So this is the main steel, green color bar, okay, that is the main steel for the strip footing, that is M. You can see we have provided 12 dia about 150 center to center, and these red dots are the distribution steel, that is N. We have provided 8 dia about 165 center to center, okay. So this is how we do the design analysis of the rectangular water tank using code IS code 3370. Okay, this is the final detailing. This is plan, and this is cross sectional elevation AA. This is section AA, right? Now let me try to explain. A, this is the horizontal steel on the liquid face of the shorter wall. Okay, that is, the detailing is 12 dia about 120 center to center. B is the horizontal steel on of the short wall on the outer face, that is alternate 12 dia and 10 dia about 150 center to center. Then C is the horizontal steel required on the long wall on the liquid phase, and that is 12 dia about 125 center to center. This is D, that is horizontal steel required for the long wall on the outer face is 12 dia about 150 center to center, right? Similar, this is the vertical steel for the long wall on the liquid phase side, that is E, that is 12 dia about 125 center to center. This is vertical steel required at the outer face of the long wall, that is F, that is 10 about 125 dia. Okay, now this is section AA. So this is the vertical steel for the short wall. Okay, so vertical steel for the short wall on the liquid side face is G, so that is 12 about 150 and on the outer face it is H, it is 10 about 125 center to center, and so on. Okay, so I hope you must have found this video useful. We will see the approximate design of rectangular tank by approximate method in our part 2. Please visit website mmsprogramcivil.com for video and PDF of this file. Thank you.